We will get the program started. So today with us, I'm going to introduce our mayor of City of Corpus Christi, Mayor Paulette M. Gorhardo. Everyone, give her.
Am I doing that? Oh, okay, yes, okay. Okay, good morning, everyone. Sorry, I'm zipping in from a very busy morning. Good morning, Councilman Ben Molina's with us, John Martinez, I'm sorry, good Lord. John Martinez, and we have some VIP guests, Scott Jones. Where's Scott Jones with Endora Group? Thank you, Scott, for being here. We just went through that. Carson Reinhardt with JE Construction over there. Thank you for being here. And, of course, our city manager, Peter Zinone. So today is a big day. Today means so much because this road is traveled on, probably one of our busiest roads in Corpus Christi. Wherever you're going, we use Airline. But lately, we've been going around it because of it being under construction. So every construction project is bittersweet. It's hard and it's tough, but in the end, everyone's in love and we're back in harmony. And so today, just to give you a little insight, we had full depth concrete reconstruction of the 4-lane roadway and center turn lane, new curbs, gutters, sidewalks, ADA ramps, signage, and pavement markings, and an improved section of Airline Road that received new underground water and stormwater infrastructure. That's so important. The average person doesn't realize that, and that's okay, but that's why these projects take longer. We're taking care of everything that we can while we're doing the construction. So everyone's very happy about this. This particular area kind of taps into 4 different districts, which is kind of amazing, and that's not really found throughout the entire city. District 2, which is Councilman Ben Molina, who's here. District 3, which is Roland Barrera, who sends his regards. He could not be with us today. District 4, Greg Smith, who also couldn't be with us today, but also sends his regards and says he's here with us in spirit. And Councilman Gil Hernandez, who sends the same message as well. We will hear from Councilman Ben Molina and from Councilman John Martinez, who is citywide, so this matters to him just as much as everyone else. But one of the things I also want to emphasize is something you're going to be hearing from us every single time a road gets completed. And we set up this tent and those chairs and invite our media to celebrate something that your city council made a promise to do and to keep priority. And that is our streets. Here it is. Paving our streets for progress. You're going to hear me say that over and over and over again as long as I'm the mayor of this city. Paving our streets for progress means exactly that. We are going to continue. We've got a handful of streets that are going to come next year, and we will be saying that same phrase, paving our streets for progress, because that phrase there is loaded with what it means to have a new street. It isn't just about the drive down the street. It's about every single one of these businesses, and it's about how you get to where you're going, right? The time it takes, opposed to going around or whatever the improvement is, it affects you and it affects your life. So paving our streets for progress is going to continue, and we are super excited to bring those streets that are falling under that phrase by your city council, because this is our promise in action. Keeping our streets number one and priority is our promise to you. And so we want to celebrate that as they come forth. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and give the podium to, I believe, to Peter Zinone, I'm sorry. Peter Zinone, our city manager, and he will make a few comments, and then we'll hear from our 2 councilmen. Thank you very much for being here today.
Great, thank you, Mayor. Just 1 second here, let me get this. Great, how we doing out there today? Right, what about that shade? You like the shade? All right. Well, as the mayor said, I'm Peter Zinone, the city manager for the city of Corpus Christi, and it's an honor and a privilege every day to work for the community and work for the mayor and council. And we know that street maintenance is one of our top priorities, right? When the council hired me and interviewed me, these council members, some of whom are here today, it was loud and clear that streets was the community's #1 priority. And do you guys agree? Yeah. Right? It is. So this project was complete. We have 10 other projects underway right now. Are you all familiar with those? You see them, right? We have Staples, Bronner, Ocean Drive. So soon we're going to be back under this tent at one of those 10 locations to celebrate the success of the community. And I'm glad the mayor and the council are keen on that, because as a community, we want to celebrate success because we're having it. We're one of the best Texas cities right now that are putting out success story after success story, right? Yes. So I'm glad to be here today, and I'm glad to be part of it. This Airline Road project, which is South Padre Island Drive back here, all the way to McCardle, as the mayor mentioned, is a full-depth reclamation. And the street was in fairly decent condition, but the stormwater facilities were not. And so a small rain event put the street underwater. And in part, that's why the city council elected to do this street in the bond program. So we have a brand new stormwater system with much bigger capacity. So when those storms that hit us this summer come here, let that motorcycle go by, we shouldn't see flooding. Right, Jeff? Now you guys are going to be out here when it rains, but right. So new underground stormwater system, new curbs and gutters, new ADA ramps. I mean, just look across the street. What a beautiful view, right? Improvements were made to improve the roadway as well. And this project was done in concrete. There's a city council policy that dictates do we go concrete or asphalt. This one, because of the scoring, went concrete, and the pricing. It does have a lot of traffic, so it was worth doing. Now, this road was built a long, long time ago, the original one, 1938. Yep. We have some new folks here, Brandon from KIII. This city's been around for a lot. 1938 is when it was built. It had some minor improvements in 1966, and I've done this many times before at this microphone. Since that time, very little was done. So decades have gone by. The road fell into disrepair, as did the drainage. As these trucks and motorcycles and other cars are going by, we're counting, there's over 21,000 vehicles that go across this road every day. So the choice for concrete and the choice to rebuild it was a critical one. There are over 40 businesses in this area across the street. We wish Reagan Brown was here. He's not here, is he, Reagan? Reagan Brown's a local business owner, developer. He owns the Gulfway Shopping Center. His shopping center and others contribute to 40 businesses that are here. So the project was designed by Ardora. They're here today. We have Scott Jones is here. Scott, thank you. The Ardora folks with the blue shirts, they designed the project. And then the work was awarded to JE Construction to do the reconstruction of the street. And with us today is Carson Reichert, James Edward, JE Construction. James Edward is the owner, and he couldn't make it today. But we're proud of James Edwards. And Carson, I want you to tell this to James if you can. They're a local firm, and the city council's big on hiring local. And James Edwards is a firm that's been, in recent times, doing work for the city. And so they're an emerging contractor who we like. And because of supply chain issues, extreme weather events that we had this summer, because of some unforeseen conditions under the road, the project fell a little bit behind in the summertime. And I called James Edwards up to talk to him about that. I said, James, we're falling behind. What can we do to catch up? Because Thanksgiving's coming up. It's a week and a half from today. We're done. We didn't want to be in a position, though, with these shops being in trouble because we're still under construction. So James said, Peter, I'm from here. I'm committed to this community. We're going to get this done on time and on schedule. He's going to recover the schedule. What they did is they worked Saturdays and Sundays. Anybody drive by here and see people working Saturday and Sunday? Yes, I see a lot of people shaking their heads. People were sending me text messages, pictures saying, this is unreal, Peter. We got crews working on Saturday. I said, it's not unreal, it's the new standard, right? So please tell James we appreciate what he did with his crews to work those extra hours, because the result is we got this done on time. Yep. So that concludes my comments for this morning. I want to thank the contractors, thank the design firms, and thank Mayor and Council. They set the direction for our city. They set the policy. They're committed to our community. This is a great example of that this morning. And with that, I'm going to have one of our council members, Councilman Ben Molina, come up and share a few comments with us. Thank you.
All right. Yes, it's a good day in Corpus Christi. It's a good day in District 2. You know, I was sitting there thinking about just this whole project, and the mayor and I, we came on city council around the same time, and a lot of what we heard was from the community was fix our streets, fix our streets, fix our streets, fix our streets. And we took those comments to heart. We know that street improvement is a huge priority, and we're listening to the community. I had a chance to visit with Stingers. Stingers, are you still here? There you guys are. Are there any other businesses here from across the street? So I got to visit with Stingers here, and we talked about how the project affected their business, and I'd like to think of it as growing pains. We're improving as a city, and going through these construction projects, they always have an impact on our business, and we do our best to minimize those impacts. Jeff, you and your team, Rolando, you guys do a great job of helping us with that. But we want to make sure that as we make these improvements, that businesses see a minimal effect, a minimal impact on their operations. But the benefit is that now that we have a new street here, a new roadway, hopefully that will increase your business. And that's what we want, especially here for the holidays. So with that, we hope that you enjoy this brand new street, drive it safely, make sure you obey the law. Vision Zero is important to me. So we want to make sure that as you're driving, you keep an eye out for our pedestrians and cyclists. And we wish you a safe experience traveling on this road. So I think with that, I'm going to call up Councilmember John Martinez. And before I do that, I want to thank the council and the city manager for the support and for the voters for this project because it's a team effort. We need each other, and appreciate all your hard work and your cooperation. Come on, John.
Thank you, Councilman Molina. Like Councilman Molina said, and Peter and the mayor said, you know, streets is a very important thing for our community, and that's what we always hear. And there's so much work that needs to be done. There's so much that's happening right now, as we see it's happening on Airline and many other streets, but there's still a lot that needs to be done. And, you know, I'm proud to be on the council that is committed to doing it, but not just doing it, but doing it right. We're not putting Band-Aids on these streets. We're not doing it to where you're gonna have to replace it again in 10 years. We're doing it the right way. We're making the investment in our community so that these streets stay strong, they stay in good condition. You know, you see the concrete, it's beautiful, but it also holds up better. And you can see that on streets going all the way down SPID. And there's a reason that we're doing that. It may cost a little more, but in the long run, it's gonna last longer. Not only are we redoing these streets, but we're also putting in maintenance programs to make sure that the streets stay in good condition. We had a street over Doddridge that looked fine, right? And there was work that was being done on it, and people were asking, why are you doing this work on Doddridge? There are streets that are much worse than that. Well, it's because of the maintenance program. If we don't do the work on it now, then it will deteriorate and it's gonna need the work. So instead of it being down for months at a time while they're redoing it, it was about a week or two worth of work for the maintenance of it. So you see that kind of investment in the streets as well. We're doing it so that we'll always have good streets, because if you don't do it right, you're going to have the problems again later, and that's what this council is trying to avoid. So it's a proud day for us. It's a beautiful example of what's to come, and it's a great example of how we're going to be in the future, because we're not just doing this for us for today, we're doing it for the future as well, for our children and the other people that that are going to be here in our community, we're doing it for them. So thank you. Again, I'm proud to be a part of this. I'm proud to be on this council with my council members, with the mayor, to be able to work with the city manager and other staff. We have a great team, and I look forward to the other things that we have ahead.
Thank you everyone for joining us. We're going to head over and cut our ribbon now. If Scott Jones and Carson, if you would like to join us up at the ribbon, we'll get started. Thank you.
Go on back.